Child abduction by a family member or kidnapping by a stranger. How prevalent is this crime, and how can parents prevent their children from becoming victims?
Every 40 seconds, a child goes missing. That's 800,000 kids each year, and it's also every parent's worst nightmare. No one likes to think their child could be abducted, but it is vital that parents learn to protect their children now.
Please welcome to the 700 Club the Executive Director of the National Child ID Program, Kenny Hansmire. Kenny, it's nice to have you here.
Thank you so much.
This is a very frightening subject for parents and for their children. You know, just alerting your children to the potential danger out there is a scary thing for parents. How can parents be proactive in protecting their children?
You need to have every bit of information you possibly can to report your child missing. A lot of times parents think that it can't happen to them, and they don't want to prepare. It's almost like life insurance, but you have to be prepared to allow authorities to have as much information on your child as they possibly can when your child's missing.
Used to be the first inclination of the law was to assume that a child was a runaway, but that's really changed over the years with the statistics and the new methods that are out there of locating children.
Yes, ma'am.
You have something called a Child ID Kit. Talk a little bit about this and how it works.
Basically, what's inside the Child ID Kit is an inkless fingerprint kit that allows parents to fill it out in the safety and security of the home. And also in the ID Kit is DNA. It takes about 5 minutes to fill it out. And what we ask parents to do is, it's the largest child ID program in the world, done over 32 million children. We ask the parents to keep it back in case of an emergency. It doesn't go into a database. We hope it's a keepsake. They never have to use it. But Bishop Jake says he says, I want you to have it and not need it, then need it and not have it.
Yes, oh, for certain. And you make it so easy. In here you even show what is not an effective fingerprint versus what looks like an effective fingerprint. This is pretty basic and easy for people to use, and then they keep the information themselves. They're not sending it off to a center somewhere. It's really their own information on their own child.
That
right?
is correct. And once if they do need to report their child missing, if their child has run away, or you have a parent abduction, or even worse, a stranger abduction, you can turn that over to law enforcement. They'll scan those fingerprints in as a runaway or whatever they're looking for.
The situation might be.
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am. And then let's say a little girl runs away that's 16 years old. Mom turns that ID kit over. That goes into a national crime computer database. Now let's say she's arrested maybe for prostitution or a drug offense.
Whatever she's gotten into.
Exactly.
Right.
What will happen is that arrest fingerprint will match that runaway fingerprint out of Dallas, Texas, and mom will get a phone call and be able to get her child back.
How effective has fingerprinting and having kits like this been? Have there been cases that have been solved because of this?
Certainly. We've had Governor Bush, way back when we started the program in 1998, we did a program that did all 4 million Texas school children.
Wow.
And we had a little girl that was a runaway out of Dallas, Texas. Same thing happened. They turned over the fingerprint kit over to Dallas Police Department. She was arrested for shoplifting bread in Phoenix, Arizona.
Wow.
And they ran those fingerprints. Mom got a phone call that her child, police will keep her child till they get there, and they were able to recover that child.
Now, we're talking about children because they are so vulnerable, but I understand that this has also been used, and this is pretty unique, with Alzheimer's
Yes, ma'am.
patients.
Yes, ma'am. We have 5.6 million Alzheimer's patients in America. 60% of those have a tendency to wander.
Wander, yes.
So we want to make sure that they're protected.
Well, how do our viewers get one of these? We have lots of people who are watching us right now. They have children, they have grandchildren, maybe neighborhood kids that they'd like to let their parents know about this. How does somebody get a hold of your kit?
Well, they need to go to your website, of course, but also if you go to childidprogram.com, you can receive your ID kit. And I do want to mention that I want to thank a few people. Regent University, I'd like to thank Governor Perry for his efforts in the great state of Texas, Pastor Eric Majette, and Dr. Campos. We have a world vision now in this project that this will also help in human trafficking. So these ID kits will be going around the world.
You've got some pretty heavy organizations that are supporting you in this too.
Got some great organizations. We're very, very grateful. It's exciting, and again, God's blessed us with 32 million children in America. We've got a goal of about 100 million worldwide.
Well, so some room for for growth, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And all
Yes,
of that. Well, if you are listening and you'd like more information on this child ID kit, all you have to do, as Kenny said, is just log on to cbn.com. We'll link you over to their website and tell you how you can get a hold of it for the children who are special in your life. Thank you. It's great to have you with us.
God bless you. Thank you.
You too.